right, partners. Be sure to watch your kids. Cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Remember when you were little, when life was simple, when the worst thing in life was when the recess bell interrupted a game of kickball or tag. Then, before you know it, you're in high school, learning to drive, and picking out the right college or vocational career, asking that girl to the dance. Life gets faster, and it constantly reminds you of this fact every day. I mean, the alarm wakes you up. You clock in, you clock out, to the couch, to the bed. To the alarm waking you up again, to clocking in and meeting deadlines and TPS reports. The couch, back to the bed. 5-year plans and dreams of prosperity get interrupted by reality. Goals and rest get cut short because of the alarm. The commute, work, couch, back to waking up again. Your life becomes an everlasting sequence of checklists and honeydews and mortgage payments and getting promoted, getting passed over for promotion. 9 to 5 quickly becomes 6 to 11. You wake up, go to bed, over and over and over. And you never just breathe. You have this lofty idea that if you just grind and hustle now.
Cause I got the hustle muscle.
Sacrifice now. Enjoy later.
You will not outwork me.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder.
And he's like, what? I said I got the hustle muscle.
You'll be able to enjoy life when you're 65. I mean, after all, this is when your life will really start. When you'll be able to actually slow down. Yet living like this means you'll miss out on life's most important experience and questions like, how blue is my tongue? What's it like to fly an airplane? Remembering what it feels like driving for the first time, even if it's only 5 miles an hour. Or what it's like to actually pilot the Millennium Falcon. I have to admit, I struggle with slowing down. I mean, if you're winning, ride the wave of success. I mean, if you're struggling, work harder. I mean, either way, putting in extra hours is mandatory. It's just one more call. Send one more email. The kids will understand when you're older, right? Wait a minute. How old are they now? And the fact is, you and I have built this perception of ourselves in our mind that we are somehow irreplaceable. That we are all the linchpin of our organizations, that the big deal won't be solved if we're not prospecting at 11:30 at night, that important email just can't wait until 8 a.m. And that when you finally do leave that job, that they're actually going to retire your cubicle like we're some treasured sports god's jersey number or something. We know it's true, but we'll never admit it to ourselves that we are cogs in a machine. There's an exact copy of us out there somewhere. In fact, the next one is younger, smarter, faster, went to a better school. Their network is bigger and produces more, and they have more social media followers, and they're a shinier cog. The ladder to your corporate success seems to be longer and longer and longer, and the walls close in, and we begin to suffocate in our own self-righteousness and self-worth, and we feel like we're drowning and struggling to just breathe. So I did it.
Good afternoon, passengers. This is your captain speaking.
Friday afternoon, I put up my email away message, and on a Monday, we boarded a flight and flew from New Jersey to a place where dreams and imaginations can run wild and come true. Just me, the wife, and the boys. And for one whole week, the only deadline I'd be worried about is the rope drop. It was amazing. We found out that it is a small world after all. That driving at 5 miles an hour is fun, but designing a car on a test track is even more fun. That watching animals live in their natural environment is awesome, but T-Rexes are a little scary. And that walking and talking should be celebrated, and frankly, done more often. And the joy of a good book and rest. You see, life can get busy. Reports and video calls take up so much of our day. And yes, they are important. And yes, they make trips like this possible. And yes, you can get lost in the hustle and the grind of life. But if you don't just slow down and just breathe, how will you ever know just how tasty frozen lemonade is? Or that the question of, is a 50-foot drop in a log ride fun after the 6th time? Apparently the answer to that question is yes. And how will you teach your kids about the valuable life lessons, about the resistance, and about the value of good friends, even if they are, in fact, droids? I was asked by a friend, what was the best part of this trip? It was this. It was walking miles and miles with nothing to do but breathe. Talk about fantasies and magic, and it was not caring about the rainstorms of life. Of course, all this would eventually have to end. And so we boarded our flight back to New Jersey. I knew that there would be voicemails and a full email inbox to respond to. And soon that the hustle of life would kick off again, the deadlines, the sales calls, the client follow-ups, everything would start back up. But I hope you will allow yourself to break free from the endless tasks, to just relax. I came back more rested than ever, and I hope one day soon you will too. As always, best wishes, be awesome, take care.